draft, PentaQ has started. Shapov fan club coming up with the Bard ban. Oh, feels bad.
There was no way that was going to
Feels
get
bad.
through.
I mean, if you watched plenty of the past series, Bard was let through every time, and
But if both of them are going to contest it, there's no way that one's going through.
All right, and the new, we've seen how impactful that was in Dinzbags' last series that they played, so not too big of a surprise there. Pretty high impact jungler, pretty high pace as well. We saw the Olaf picked into it. You know, Olaf usually regarded as a super strong early game jungler, still wasn't able to keep up, so ban going through there. Rek'Sai is kind of a weird spot for me right now. I feel like she's not that crazy. I don't know.
I mean,
What are you
what's
thinking,
interesting to me is if both teams are having priority on the Bard, why would blue side ban the Bard?
Yeah,
It
I don't
feels
know.
like they wasted a ban right away on that. If, you know, they're both trying to contest it, they could have gotten the first pick on it.
Well, I guess the only answer to that question would be they're not trying to contest and they don't really plan on picking Bard this series, which could end up being to their detriment if they keep spending a ban on it instead of picking it. We see Samira picked on the side of Dinzbags. We know that Dinzbags likes to play these flashy characters, going with the Kaisa, going with the Samira. He kind of just wants to flex on all of his opponents, so no big surprise here. Syndra picked up on the side of Shapov. Pretty standard so far. We know Hackerim has been pretty relevant in the Manitoba Esports League so far. Lots of teams are picking him up just to get that early lane pressure. We know you can move around the map pretty quickly as well, especially with the scuttle buff. So,
I mean, but speaking about that, on the opposite of Hackerim, you have Hackerim's daughter, Lilia, who, unparalleled in the game, can clear the fastest, can be anywhere on the map the quickest. So, obviously, that's a detriment to if they're planning to use Hackerim to get the early advantage. Lilia is going to be stronger throughout most of the early game.
Yeah, and Sephirin's picking up the rise here. We saw last time absolutely carried his team. Like, he was a monster last week. So pretty excited to see if he can replicate those results. Obviously, Shapov, pretty big contender as well. I'm not too familiar with the Syndra Rise matchup. You're probably going to have to chime in there, but I believe that Rise should
Rise
win like level 2.
generally doesn't have too many winning matchups in lane. In fact, the way that Shapov probably win this game is if they're able to abuse the fact that they can outroam the Rise, because Rise throughout most of the early game up until level around 11 or 16 when he gets the bonus damage from his ultimate, he tends not to be strong at all in terms of jungle skirmishes or roaming. So if they can set up dives in bot and top lane, or even pressure the Rise himself, who's very short ranged, they can get off to an early lead and not let the Rise hit his late game peaks.
Oh, for sure. And the Nautilus picked up here, as well as the Swain for both sides. I think Nautilus is a pretty good pair up with Samira, being able to really take advantage of Samira's controversial passive, we'll say, and really get those chain knockups going in the 2v2. And, you know, I feel like her passive even adds a layer of safety, even if, you know, they're getting ganked. Nautilus can just land an easy hook, get the knockoff, and Samira kind of just walks out, right? But Sion picked up.
I'm interested that they went with the Nautilus over, say, something like a Pantheon right now. And that Nasus last pick is pretty spicy as well. They're looking for this late game team with the Rise and the Nasus here. Actually, Nasus, it's a bit of a misconception that he's more of a late game champ. In fact, he spikes more around mid game when he's around that 300 to 400 stack zone.
Oh yeah, for sure. And as long as Nasus is able to stay safe and farm up, he's always going to be able to draw that side lane pressure, right? If you leave Nasus alone in a lane for too long, you're begging him to just blow up some towers. So I'm expecting a lot of attention to be paid on the top side of the map. I think Jin and Swain, as long as they don't overextend can definitely survive against Samira. I think Samira really struggles against Swain specifically because of her low range at 500. Swain really easily able to get that grab onto her and punish her for overextending. So pretty even lane so far, I would say.
I mean, just looking at this, I don't see any clear set strategies with how either of these drafts laid out. It just looks more like these are the champs that they want to play. They think they can just snowball with their comfort, is what I'm seeing here.
Who do you
Yeah,
guys think who wins the draft here then? I mean, you're saying it looks like kind of like a hodgepodge of just a bunch of random champions, but
I
what do you
mean,
guys
if
think?
it's something like this, then you kind of got to get into game first and see how the each side kind of plays out the early game
yeah,
before you can
yeah,
kind of make a decision on that. Because really, this can swing either way depending on if Shapov can abuse the rise once again, whether or not Nasus can keep the Scion in lane for an eternity. One of
yeah.
the big things is that Shapov with the Scion ulti and the Hecarim ulti looks like they want to like kind of split up the fight, kind of scatter it. And I think that's where Swain is particularly strong. But on the other side, Samira is also very strong when the fight becomes disorganized. So it's really interesting. I'm not entirely sure how to read into this one.
Yeah, I think Shapov are definitely looking to find some picks, but in the same vein, Dinzbags gonna be looking to try to push in sideways. I think Rise and Nasus are definitely those sorts of champions where you're able to shove in side lanes pretty safely. Nasus a little less safe, but I feel like Dinzbags are going to try to go for a more 1-3-1 oriented style of game this game
Definitely
based
with the
on their
Rise and the
draft,
Nasus.
where Shapov are gonna look to punish that with the long range Jin, the Swain, being able to pick them out with the Scion ulti or the Hecarim charge. So yeah, it really comes down to how these teams play out the game. I think there's no real clear cut winner right
I
now.
mean, the big thing for me is Shapov's draft has 3 champions and the front line that want to be in the thick of things, the Scion, the Swain, and the Hecarim, and they don't have anybody left to be like the sort of peel tank. And with that, they drafted 2 immobile carries, so it's going to be hard to execute team fights 5v5 if things get out of hand.
Yeah.
All right. Well, before we send it over to our competitive integrity break, before we get into the game, Kang, who's gonna win this game?
Wow. I think I'm gonna go with Shapov for game 1
Okay. All right. Intact.
because I
I say
feel like they just have
Dinzbags.
massive. Oh,
I
okay.
say Dinzbags because I see a
Okay.
Syndra and a Jin paired with 3 people that are going to be going straight into the front line. I'm not sure how long they'd be able to survive if they don't immediately lock down the Samira or the Lily or the Rise.
Okay.
All right. Okay, well, the analyst desk is split. I don't know what I'm talking about, so my guess doesn't matter. We're going to send it over to a few minute competitive integrity break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back for Shapov versus Dinzbag in our game 1 of our semifinal.
Okay.
Welcome back, everyone, to game 1 of our second semifinal of the day, Dinzbags versus Shapov Fan Club. I want to take a moment to talk about during the regular season, Shapov Fan Club 2-0 Dinzbags, as I remember pretty readily. So we'll see if Dinzbags if that diss track gives them the superpowers to come back in this.
We got the 5-man bush stack here. Are they going to continue with the invade, or is this just anticipation of a counter?
Yeah, they're probably gonna look for the counter. I don't think it's gonna go much farther than this. They realize that Luminex playing a hook champion. We all know in NA solo queue, whenever you have a hook champion, you have to go for the invade. So,
But actually, I think if they were to go for it, I think Shapov might have a slight advantage almost, because Rise is
yeah,
incredibly
for
weak
sure.
early game. Nasus isn't particularly strong, and they have Jin, who is actually pretty strong in these level 1s.
Yeah. Here we go. Scouting it out.
Dustin Campbell going for the ward in the top river, backing and getting the sweeper strategy here. Already opening it up so that he can't get vertical jungled by this hack room.
I don't have any game audio. Do you have any game audio?
No, I think the game audio's it's not working. We're gonna go with whatever we got here.
For sure. Yeah.
Junglers are gonna be studying opposite sides of the map, meaning they probably aren't gonna be meeting at Scuttle Crab at level 3. A little bit of a cheese here. Swain's gonna grab Nautilus with the E. No further trading there. Dinzbag wants to get an auto in return, goes far for one auto. The hook comes in from the Nautilus stretch lane, lands onto a King's Lane. He's getting really low, lands another E root, pulls back, reloading on no cap, only gap. Ignite goes down on a Dinzbag, but I don't think he's gonna die there. A lost trade for Dinzbag's level 1 is gonna put Dinzbag very behind to start out this game.
Yeah, for sure. The armor and the HP nerfs really coming in handy here for Shapov. Gonna really like that coming into these next couple of minutes. Hopefully Dins can just stay safe and farm. No need to walk up when they're about to hit their level 2 power spike.
I'm just unsure why Dinzbag went so far in retaliation. They got the auto, they lost that short trade, but then they decided to commit with the Dredge line into a Jhin, who is one of these premier level 1 skirmishing champs in the bot side.
Yeah, Dinzbag's probably just feeling it a little too much, honestly. Pretty good trades coming out for
Nasus letting the Scion push in. Lilia already with that quick clear speed has taken both buffs and is already on Krugs. I don't think Scion's going to be ready for this early gank if Dustin Campbell just go for it. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Hackram comes in, pushes back the Rise. Rise with the Rune Prison to lock down the Syndra, running away with the Phase Rush. Actually manages to get out from what looked like an impossible situation there. Does have to blow Flash. He will not back and will not expend the TP to come back. He will stay in the lane.
Gonna maybe expect a repeat gank. Looks like they're pinging that tri-bush. They know Hackerum's on the bottom side, so pretty safe play there. Grab not gonna land.
Yep, here it is. The jungler's going to be trading the crabs here. No early action in the jungle. Dustin Campbell postured on the top side river. Reese's Pieces is pushed up without any vision in the river specifically. He put his ward in the tri-bush. Looks like it's going to be coming through here. Going to be landing the devastating smash comes through. Lilia, however, is landing this ability. She's going to be so fast, just running around Sign. He's got nowhere to go. Did he use the flash? I don't think he used the flash, did he?
No, he didn't.
No, he did not.
Just clean play overall. Let's see if Shapov can respond somewhere on the map.
Bot side, this CS gap, this bullying is reaching just an impossible point for Dinzbag. Already down 16 CS at 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Things are not looking good for him down there.
Yeah, Samira into Swain, not pretty, honestly. I've played that.
I mean, what
literally
about Samira
can't walk
with
up.
Swain? You got 2 passes with CC?
Yeah, but see, she even walks up for CS and she can't do anything, or she gets grabbed and dies. Oh, and a 4th shot coming down onto Samira. Let's see his HP. Oh.
Yikes.
Yikes. Oh.
Pushing the wave.
Honestly, I think he would have gotten more CS if he had just backed at that level after that level 1 trade and came back with full HP. Because he's had to give so much respect from that level 1 because he's never gone back to replenish his HP.
Yeah, honestly, that's a play I would make, so... Not looking too good for the side of Dinzbags. They do have a kill and 100 gold lead, so not bad so far. No cap, gonna try to get a bush cheese going.
I mean, when we say it's not looking good for Dinzbag, I mean, we're really only going to be talking about him, the person. As a team, they're ahead of really where they should be at this point with the Rise and the Nasus up gold at 5.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Going to be a little bit of trading in the bot side. Still just kind of following what happens here. Dinzbag, again, is just standing so far back. He's even missing XP on some of these minions, I feel. Meanwhile, the junglers just kind of doing their thing. Rise did end up backing and TPing over, which gives Arch that TP advantage. Syndra still managing to shove Rise, and Rise again is very weak early. So still, I'm interested to see if Shapov are going to be looking to send Arch somewhere else on a roam, or maybe like a TP gank, just to try and punish the fact that Rise can't follow, try to get that lead back in their favor.
Ooh.
W missing there from Jin.
Ooh.
Claw lands on the Nautilus, a pull. Nautilus, though, just going to walk away, got the bone plating. Going to be safe.
Looks like a skirmish waiting to happen. No.
We have both the Sun and the Hecarim just getting the pry on the Scuttle Crab. Will Dustin Campbell contest? He's kind of staying in the area but not doing anything. Looks like he's going to head to his Krugs now.
Alright, first plate taken on the side of Shapov's bot lane. He's... Oh, there's the Blade Whirl coming in. Not going to have that for a while, so if they can capitalize on that.
Did I see a Dark Harvest? That's a Dark Harvest Jin on the Rift today.
Yeah, not surprised. Jin does tons
goodness.
of damage.
Double his CS already. It's only 7 minutes in this game. Dinzbags just back, man. It's okay. You've missed 25 CS. It's okay to miss 6 on one wave to back, man. You just gotta get your HP back.
Oh,
Luminex actually gonna go in onto no cap on the gap. Passive lands, but firing the W back forces Dinzbag away. They can't really follow up on that. Good awareness from Jin there to fire the deadly first. Oh, flashes forward. Not really a smart decision there. That's gonna be no flash for him.
Honestly,
if
good awareness.
Pushing up like this.
Yeah, good awareness from a Kingsland to put down the W right where Samira would be if she were to proc the passive. Ends up tagging him, gets a couple stacks. Gonna be a little bit more tanky for future trades.
Oh my! Not a whole lot going on in this early game here. Just basically a Dinzbag destruction video here. Other lanes, not too much happening.
Yeah, we do see small CS leads. Nothing too crazy, but CS lead nonetheless across the lanes. Reese's piece is doing a ton of damage with that Thornmail.
What I really want is just them to kind of posture 3v3 around that first Rift Herald on the side of Shapov. They have the Scion pushing the Nasus already. Syndra's obviously going to be stronger than the Rise at this point. And I don't think Lilia getting one kill is going to sway a fight that much. I think they should try and force something around that first Rift Herald or get it for themselves here.
Yeah.
Actually, curtain call opening up on the bot side. What's going on? Dinzbag is low. We can't really see what's going on over there. Swain flashes forward with the E, lands it. Can't get the pullback. I don't know what's happened there. Deadly first lands on the Nautilus, but Swain's under the turret. Nautilus turns around with the root passive and they get the kill onto a Kingsland, overstepping way too far there.
Yeah, I mean, they were going for a good play. They wanted to get Dinzbags and Luminex to back just so they can get a free drag, and which they already succeeded. They were going to back, but overextending. Here's the extended trade over
Dustin
on
Campbell
Nasus.
looking for another gank on Reese's piece.
6 stack?
We've seen this one before. Boom. Just gonna get that +6 onto the Nasus. Dustin Campbell prances away like, yeah, I just did that to you. Oh, if anything, Lilia's running animation is the most tilting thing to me. Whenever you just die to her.
Just prances away.
It really be like that. Scoop Lord got the Sheen, got the kill. He's gonna be really happy. Dustin Campbell got that kill, spreading it to the rest of the map. And now Dinzbag with the kill. Although he is still down a 37 CS. We don't really talk about that one.
I don't know, coming back into lane, you may expect him to go for a fight here. I mean, although Jin does have the pickaxe, so maybe we won't see that.
I mean, Jin obviously is going to have more items with that 37 CS lead, but that BF sword now from Dinzbag.
Yeah, and if Dinzbags just sits, if he just sits back, right, he's just going to keep losing farm, right? But we'll see.
I mean, at this point, now that he's got his back off, he's got his HP replenished, maybe he can look to get a few of those waves. Because mainly what was stopping him before is he was just zoned off, because if he goes even remotely close, he is just going to get one shot. Right. If not by the Swain E, then a Swain Q into the Deadly Flourish combo, as we see right here onto Luminex, with the Hecarim running in. Ghost is popped, going onto the Nautilus, he flashes away to avoid the Hecarim Ultimate Fear, pushing him back in. Very smart there from Luminex. As we see a little bit of a skirmish over Control Ward in the mid side. Both junglers still kind of hovering bot lane, anticipating something else coming through, but both sides have vision in that river bush. Oh, they're going to see the Lilia coming forward as a fight breaks out top lane. It looks like Jin's been caught out. Swain trying to turn this back on. Luminex smartly running as far as he can. Swain going so far, continuously honoring the Nautilus. He's not going to get him. Spear ease through and flashes. A clean combo there. Not much they can do to follow.
They can turn this around easily.
Oh, the Lilia lilting will by onto two. Watch out, Eve lands onto the Hecarim. He's going to go down. He kills his father. Samira going in still pops the ulti on the side there. Rise losing the trade with the Syndra, but does end up surviving, flashing away from the Unleashed Power. A huge win for Dinzbag, and Scoopler didn't even have to show up.
Super
Shapov
clean.
commit everybody to the bot lane. The Scion TP was there, the Syndra room was there, and they lose the 4v5 just because No Cap Only Gap was dead before the fight even started.
Yeah, not looking too good so far. Here we are with the replay. We got Dinzbag popping off.
Oh,
He's actually going to walk back to bait Kingsland and gets a free E through. Pretty intelligent play there. They get the sleep off, takes a tower shot, gets knocked up, and the rest of the team just following through, cleaning up. March trying to follow through, but not really able to do much on his own. Flash burnt on Severance though. Maybe he could do something in lane,
Severance
but,
walked up back into the Syndra. He could have walked away at the beginning, but he was feeling himself. He turned around to try to 1v1 the Syndra, ended up saying, nope, this is not a good idea.
yeah,
Gets right on out of there.
and Dinzbags, who needs to farm minions when you can farm champions? Already up an item right now with the
Ooh.
Essence Reaver completed, and he's gonna be pretty happy despite the shortcomings of that early laning phase.
Shapov are going to get that first Rift Herald on the top side. It is before 14 minutes, so they can look to get some plates with that. Although I'm unsure where they would look to get them. Another fight breaking down on the bot side.
Oh, no.
Nautilus ulti just kills a Kingsland. They're already onto the Jin. Fourth shot actually manages to turn that. The shutdown does end up going to a Kingsland, but they do end up trading 2 for 1 at least instead of both going down there.
That is shutdown gold. So,
But it is onto the Swain. Is Swain going to be the carry this game? That's the question.
I think so. You see that Leandre's
Ooh.
looking pretty spicy so far. Kingsland maybe thinking of taking this game into his own hands here. See what he's going to be able to do with that. Leandre's as well as the shutdown gold onto Dinzbag there.
I mean, but not having Jin as your carry forces a little bit too much AP on your side, because you have the only stable member of your team right now being the Syndra, and if you push your Swain of the carry role over the Jin, things could get a little bit messy with the itemization that Dinzbag can pull off, especially on the Nasus.
Yeah, and Dragon number 2 coming up. We see a ton of vision coming on the side of Dinzbags here.
Dinzbag is feeling himself. He's going in. Kingsland has backup, so Hair charging through, lands it onto Dinzbag. Dinzbag with the ulti, but however he gets feared, intelligent ulti. Watch out, he does end up killing him in the end. Dredgeline onto the Jin, although it's just Nautilus hitting him right now. Deadly Flourish hits onto Rise, but doesn't root. Rise crosses the phase rush and runs away.
Feels bad on the flash, Kingsland.
Yeah, can I get a replay on that last fight, please? That was a little unfortunate.
Dinzbag got 5 kills and said to himself, you know what, I'm invincible. But no, you're not invincible, you're an ADC. Sit down. And it ends up, they still get the dragon, so it's all okay in the end. Oh,
Here it is. Dinzbag feeling it right now with that Essence Reaver. Almost getting the ult off. He does get it off here. Gonna go down. Justin Campbell trying to 1v1. Kingsland huge right now with the ulti and the flash, bro. Oh no. You hate to see it.
It happens to the best of us, though.
Man, I really feel like that was, as Intact has been saying, Dinzbag was feeling himself there. It looked like Luminex was just backing off. He was clearing a ward. He's like, nah, man, we don't want this. We don't want this. And I'm sure Dinzbag was just like, no, I'm going.
Oh, goodness.
All right.
So Hair still has that Rift Herald. He's got about a third of the timer left. Looks like he's going to be looking to drop it on the bot side. Plates have already fallen. They took the Herald at about 12.5 minutes, and holding on to it past that 14-minute mark is definitely a big mistake from the side of Shapov here. Down 4k gold, and they have no way of getting that one back with the Rift Herald.
Ooh. Grab gonna miss. We do see Arch
Shapov
shoved
still
in.
posturing aggressively in the bot side, knowing that they have the backup of Zohair. The warding does in fact spot them. You see they have a ward by the red buff and a control ward walking down on the bush next to the river. They know all 4 members of Shapov are here. Here comes the Rift Herald finally dropped. Deadly Flourish misses but does get hit by the Swain Eye. If they look to just clear this wave, there's no way they can follow up on the Rift Herald here. Well, here comes the next wave.
Saffron's coming down as well as Dustin Campbell. They are
Oh,
going
this
to
is
be
the
ready
fight
for this
they
play.
want. The Rise ulti is available. He's going to be teleporting in the back, and Dredgeline lands onto the ADC. Jin, what are you doing? He's out of position. First one to go down. Lilting Lullaby, was it used? Has not been used yet. Continues to go in. Samira dashing forward after the ulti ends, so not going to continue that onto them. Lilting Lullaby does come out onto the Syndra. Unleash Power is going to trade onto Dustin Campbell. Shutdown goes to Sephrins.
There's the
Meanwhile,
Nasus.
Scoop Lord, he doesn't have to show up. He's okay in the top side by himself. Dinzbags just winning these fights.
Oh.
That's a bit of an whiff there. He's going to try to walk out awkwardly. Dredgeline cancels the decimating smash. Does end up having to flash away. Sephirin's not enough range to follow up. Ooh, dash forward by Dinzbag. He has his ultimate ready. He's going to get one kill, dashes through again on the reset. Just slices Hecarim up.
Oh, he's feeling it!
Kingsland is back. Another second ulti.
He's going to go again!
Samira.
Stop, man. What the heck?
2 ultis. Samira is a little bit unbalanced here. Dinzbag, that diss track is looking awfully rightfully timed here. Dinzbag, after getting bullied the entire early game, is just tower diving them by himself. He goes back and almost completes an IE alone.
Here it is again. No fear in his eyes whatsoever. Gets the reset off, able to kite out the turret. Does it again. Jukes out the E. Oh my.
What is that ultimate? Just no cooldown on it. Just pop it. Was it 3 times he used it in total?
Something like that. Who even knows?
Sephrins is just there as an accessory at this point.
Yeah.
4 hasn't really been doing a whole lot. He's just been farming his wave, being the late game insurance. But you know, you don't really need the late game insurance when the mid game's gone this well for you.
Yeah, we'll see if Shapov can find a way to come back.
Dinzbag entering into that 1-3-1 they can do with the Nasus and the Rise here. Got the 2 mid lane. I think Dinzbag and Luminex at this point could probably 2v5. Reese's Pieces Blast goes into a bit of an unfortunate situation. Rune Prison comes through into the Lilting Lullaby. Watch out, E lands dead center on Reese's Pieces. Stun lands over the wall, pushes them back. They decide not to go in. Curtain Call going on the mid lane. We missed a little bit of fighting there. Dinzbag down to about half HP. This Rift Herald
Here's
is
Scoop Lord in the bot lane. Remember, if they leave him alone for too long, he's going to just get that inhib.
It looks like they are. They're 5-man committing, thinking about contesting this Rift Herald here. Scoop Lord, meanwhile, is already on that inner turret on the bot side. He's going to take it down. He's already moving up to the inhib turret.
Nobody's backing.
Dinzbag, no, they've backed up. They're baiting them. They're goading them into taking this Rift Herald instead of backing. The swirl, does it cancel Scion's back?
I don't think so. I think he just tried to walk back into the fight, but he's going to...
Oh, Sephrins gets caught out. It's a 3v5. This is doable. Hecarim looks in the backline. Luminex is in the middle of 4 people. He's going to go down here. Goes down. But again, Scoop Lord, he's just on the inhib. 19.5 minutes. Inhib is down. Now, but the thing is, Dinzbag, I don't think they're going to be able to finish within the next, 5 minutes just off that inhib. So this actually gives Shapov a bit of a window back in. The super minions going to the bot side are going to give them extra golden experience that they wouldn't otherwise have. Maybe that could be their, tiny window of opportunity back in the game. I think it was a bit of a mistake to take the golden itself.
Pretty good fight overall. Side of Dinzbags. They unfortunately lose 2 to a Kingsland, so he's looking pretty good right now, building towards that. Zonya's gonna be able to affect fights, but I don't know. I would much prefer the gold to be on Syndra, or even the Hecarim if you're trying to dive the backline. But
well, you had to imagine this next Drake is gonna be going to him for sure here. No way that Shapov go to contest this one, right?
Arch is gonna get a miracle steal.
If they wanted to go for a steal, maybe, but no.
Now they're just gonna give that one over. Open inhib on the bottom side of the map is going to open up a lot of Baron baits, hopefully, for the side of Dinzbags. Going to be very difficult for Shapov to contest the Baron with that inhib down.
It's also very hard to bait the Baron itself when Shapov does, in fact, have 2 TPs ready.
Oh, for sure. I'm just wondering if they're going to be able to keep up with the pressure.
Now, the thing is, the TP doesn't necessarily guarantee that you're going to have full vision control over the Baron, and that's where perhaps a bait could come through. Catching one face-checking in their side of the jungle. Although it actually looks like they just kind of want to, you know, do a little bit of ARAM with the Nasus in the top side, just forcing that pressure through. Ryze, of course, at this point has pretty much infinite wave clear. Oh, huge scatter, the weak lands. Dinzbag is forced to use his projectile blocker right away. Hecarim ulting in on him. He's going to get the pick right away. Fight breaking out. Curtain call. I can't see anything. It's a 144p for me right now. I can tell the pixels on my screen. I can't tell what's happening.
Dinzbag getting caught out there. So they are able to get the turret in return. So overall, not too bad. Definitely would like to have him alive to be able to contest the Baron, but overall, I would say that's a win for Dinz.
If they keep going and just shoving mid lane and getting caught, that Shapov, although they don't really scale super hard, I can see if they keep feeding shutdown gold or they keep only focusing on that mid push. I'm kind of just like going down the list here. I don't really see Shapov coming back, but there's got to be at least some possibility, right?
Oh, for sure. I mean, Samira, as far ahead as she is, if she gets picked out, especially with how much gold she has, of course, you can't really write off Ryze or even the Nasus at all, but Dinzbag is going to be a huge portion of their damage.
Baron is melting here, already down to below half HP. Hecarim's going to be late to this party. I think it's going to go down before he can get in the pit. Yeah, it's already gone down. Meanwhile, the Dredgeline lands onto the Hecarim. The ulti comes through. Flash forward for the Ryze. Room Prison, they're going to catch him out. Dinzbag with the kill on the Zohair. It's a 5v4. They got the open inhib on the bot side with the Super Wave pushing. They're going to look to maybe possibly end the game off this Baron, actually, with how much pressure they have to even tower dive 5v4.
Yeah, for sure. Super minions still on the way on the bot side. They could still pressure. Scoop Lord trying to rotate top lane, get that shoved in.
Okay, they're not going to be super hasty with it.
Yeah.
Very smart about it.
Oh, for sure. They pretty much have this game in the bag right now. They just got to hold on to it.
They got Scoop Lord escorting a wave in the top side, and Luminex almost just died straight up there. It's going to force a bit of a reset from the team here. Yep, they're all going to go back. Scoop Lord, is he going to go back as well? He's going to keep this pressure. He's a possible pick target if he stays too long. Yep, he's going to be walking back smartly so. Do you guys see the objective timers anywhere?
No.
I don't believe that we have them on the stream.
Okay. So, unknown one. Oh, there it is. Next Dragon's up in 1:20. This reset is pretty well timed by Dinzbags. Looking to get vision control around the Drake.
Yeah,
probably should just be able to flawlessly take it here.
Yeah, and it looks like either QSS or a Death Dance. Probably the Death Dance, knowing Dinzbags. Probably just gonna try to go for the...
They had vision of all the champs on Shapov, all clearing the waves and such, but Luminex instead opts to ward very shallow.
Yeah.
Nothing too deep to spot them out coming through. That could come back to bite them depending... Oh no, Dinzbag is there. Is that a ward? Yep. Dinzbag's got the deep ward covering.
It's team game, man. Team game. Here we go, flash
through from Scoop Lord. He looked like he wanted to dodge the Swain W until he realized, you know what? It's not worth it. I'm going to just keep walking away as it is.
There you go. Getting the shove on mid lane.
Dredgeline goes wide. Oh, flash forward with the claw misses, but that's a catch on the Seafarans, or is it? Scatter the Weak misses.
Ooh.
Nothing doing there, just a little bit of a fear. The little went onto two, but I think that's too deep for them to go onto them. But they are going to re-engage with the Dredgeline onto a Kingsland. Scatter the Weak hits three people in the center. A huge Hecarim ulti, but they brought back Luminex with the Stone Plate. Curtain Call still looking to pick off somebody off the screen. I can't see. Seafarans looking like he wants to turn it, while Scoop Lord is just, he doesn't care. It's not a team game to him.
Yeah, just getting that free inhib, of course.
It was looking like Shapov could have turned it, but Scoop Lord forcing the response. Shapov can't push too far up without looking to lose their top inhib.
much sleep coming out.
Oh, that was a nasty scatter. Unluckily, they couldn't catch anybody else.
Yeah,
Luminex
couldn't get
is
much
not
else.
the target you want.
Scoop Lord on the side the whole time, just wailing away at towers.
And there goes that third Drake for the side of Dinzbags just secured. So it's going to be a 4-minute 50-second timer to that soul. Shapov, can they scrounge up enough gold? Can they look in their attic and build enough items to maybe contest a fight for that?
I mean, they definitely could. It's just, will Scoop Lord be elsewhere on the map just breaking your base, I think is the real question. We already saw the Hecarim onslaught paired with the Scatter of the Weak absolutely deleting Dinzbag in that last fight there. And if they are able to replicate that without Scoop Lord in the side lane, I definitely see them having an avenue back into this game. But as you said, it's definitely still going to be a tough one for them.
And this is where their vision has to be critical. They have to keep track of where this Syndra is at all times, because she is definitely a threat to just pick off any member of Dinzbags walking through their jungle, going about their day.
Yep.
And that's really, I think, Shapov's one way back in the game. They have to be in these spots that Dinzbag don't expect and try to land these multi-man Scatter of the Weeks, try to start it off with that one shot, and then go from there.
Yeah, and honestly, with Mountain Drake, or Mountain Soul rather, coming up for Dinzbags, you have to wonder if they want to contest that, because on one hand, they're in a pretty bad spot. I don't think they can contest, but Mountain Drake is going to make it so much harder for you to burst anybody on the side of Dinzbags. And as we stated before, that's pretty much their only way back into this game.
Oh,
so.
Looks like they're going for a pick onto Arch. Speaking about that, Scatter of the Week does land on the 3 people, so they're not going to be able to continue their pursuit. I like the idea from Dinzbags trying to force something here. Oh,
Yeah,
but
for
they
sure.
also can just wait. 30 seconds on the Baron and 250 on the Dragon means these objectives aren't going to be at the same time. They can go at their pace. They're not forced to make any trades here.
Yeah, being smart about it, not forcing anything too much. They know that Baron's coming up, so they don't really want to give away any death timers or cooldowns for that matter. I think Flash being kept on Samira are really important, so no need to get caught there. Trying to do anything too fancy. Scoop Lord, though, still doing Nasus things.
Has Scoop Lord been with his team a single time this game? I remember even... Oh, here we go. Never mind that. Nautilus ulti onto the Syndra already at the start. Lilting Lullaby and Ignite onto her in the backline. Dinzbag is going to dash through just to pick off the Syndra. Fight breaking out. It's chaos in the center. Sion flashing the Dinzbag, but Dinzbag has got his ulti up. He's not hurt by that. Double kill already for him. Suferin's chasing on a no-cap only gap. Luminex just kind of being that body on the front line. Suferin splashes forward. Room Prison. Going to take him out. Triple kill for Dinzbag.
That's the game.
That's the game. Scoop Lord wasn't there again. He's just on their base. Dustin Campbell's gonna die!
Oh.
Oh my goodness. And that whole time, Dinzbags just... Oh, replay coming through here. Look forward on the minion, very smart to bridge the gap between him and Arch. Then the Lilting Lullaby, just watch Dinzbag on the side, he just flashes forward just to auto Arch, and then immediately dashes away. Huge tank mosh pit in the center, Dinzbag with his ulti. And then just finish off Reese's Piece on the backside, and then from there it's just, you can't run from the rise.
Yeah, there's just no way.